So, one thing I get asked all the time when I tell people I am a marriage and family therapist is, so what's your stance on divorce? Are you for divorce? Are you against divorce? And my answer is always, it depends. I am for the relationship. If the relationship would be better off over, then by all means, I support divorce. If there's an ability for the relationship to thrive, then by all means, I'm going to support the relationship sticking together. I'm not going to force people to get divorced or force people to stay together when that's not what would benefit the relationship. So, whenever I hear that question, though, I always say to people, but when we talk about divorce, I feel like there's this big step that's missing. So, especially if you have kids or mutual friends, there's the time and place that you will likely run into each other. Especially if it's kids, you have to think about the fact that even though you're divorced, if they're young kids, you're still going to have school programs or activities that they're involved with, sports that you're going to be attending together as events. Their graduation, you're going to be attending together, even if you're on opposite ends of the room. Their birthdays, holidays, in the event of them getting married, there'll be a wedding to go to. So I feel like these are always things that people never really think about. They think, well, once I'm divorced, then I never have to see this person again. And that's not always the case. And so my view is, if you're going to get divorced, let's try to make the divorce as amicable as possible. Let's try to make it so that you two can co-parent well together, because remember, children are always watching how you guys are interacting. So how you behave to one another is how they will behave in the future. Or they may end up getting so angry over how the two of you behave that they decide that they no longer want to have a relationship with either of you. And, you may miss out on a lot of events because of how you two are behaving. So we always have to remember we are role models to our children. And so we need to be able to put our best faces forward in the presence of them. Yeah, we can dislike each other because our relationship has ended, but hating each other takes a lot of energy. So even if you're not thinking about this from the perspective of your children, think about it in the perspective of yourself. When you're angry at someone, your mind is constantly thinking about them. Like, that's a lot of wasted time and energy. I'd rather not be thinking about people that I dislike and wondering if they're in as much misery as I am. I'd rather be enjoying my life and having fun and having new experiences. So when we talk about divorce, we really need to think about divorce in a larger context. It's not just getting away from the person that we no longer love. It's all of these other things that make up what divorce is, and how we look at it and how we get over it and how we manage it. So I hope that as you are thinking about whether or not therapy is something for you, you keep in mind about all of these other aspects that revolve around a relationship, whether it thrives or it ends. Thank you.